mathematicians. Today we see one nice problem from sequences and series. Let me phrase the question. Let A be set of natural numbers satisfying n equal to 1 or the only prime factors of n are 2 or 3. Okay. For example, the element 6 belongs to A because 6 is 2 into 3. But a 10 doesn't belong to A because 5 is a prime divisor of 10. Okay. By fundamental theorem of arithmetic, you take any n belongs to n, it can be written as product of primes p1 power alpha 1 etc pk power alpha k in a unique way. Okay. This representation is unique. This is called prime factorization. This p1 etc pk, they are all called prime divisors. Okay. For example, if you take 100, this is 2 square into 5 square. So the prime divisors of 100 are 2 and 5. Okay. Let's continue. Now in the set A, whichever element has only 2 and 3 as a prime divisor, they belongs to A. So we conclude that if n belongs to A, then n is of the form 2 power k into 3 power L, where this k is greater than or equal to 0 and this L is also greater than or equal to 0. Okay. If both of them are 0, we get to 1. Already it is given that 1 is n equal to 1 is also an element of A. Therefore, k and L both can be 0. Now, in the problem, we want to find S. What is S? S equal to sum over n belongs to A 1 by n. Basically, you look at the reciprocal of all the elements in A and you sum them. Okay, that is the sum value yes. Then the options are A is a finite set, S is a divergent series, this series is a divergent series, or the sum value is 3 or the sum value is 6. Okay, let's see what is the correct option. Now you fix L equal to 0. Okay, then this term will be 1 and you vary k to be 0, 1, 2, etc. etc. So basically this will become 1 and here you will get 2 power 0 is 1, then 2 power 1 is 2. So what you get? You get 1, 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube, etc. etc. So all these elements are belongs to A. Okay, so basically A is an infinite set. Therefore, A is finite. This option is wrong. Now let's calculate this sum and see whether it is a divergent series or convergent series. Okay, so we saw that every element of n is of the form 2 power k 3 power l, where k greater than or equal to 0 and l greater than or equal to 0. So by definition, S is sum of the reciprocals of elements of A. So we get S equal to summation k greater than or equal to summation k equal to 0 to infinity, L equal to 0 to infinity, 1 by 2 power k 3 power, the reciprocal of this element. Okay. So basically we want to calculate this summation. Now let's prove an identity. Okay. So you assume this A0, A1, A2, A3 are all just variables. Okay. Formal variables. B0, B1, B2, B3 are also formal variables. And we claim that we claim this identity. Okay. So this double summation is equal to product of the individual summations. That is what we are claiming. So how to prove? So first we observe why it is true. Now, so this first series I have written here. This second series I have written here. Okay. So this is just the observation why this expression is true. The rigorous proof for numbers involving is involve rearrangements, absolute convergence. All these conditions are required, but just we are doing with variables. These are all variables, not numbers. For the time being, we just want to understand why this identity is true. Okay, that is what we want. So we are not talking about any convergence or anything here. Just the some variables expression is true. That is what we are trying to see. Okay, that is called formal identity. Okay, so you have this infinite summation into multiplied with the into this series. So we will multiply. So first term into this series will give us A naught, B naught, A naught. So A naught B naught, A1 B1, A naught B1, A naught B2, A naught B3 and so on. So this will give us these terms. Then A1 times B naught, A1 times B1, A1 B2, A1 B3, etc. That will give us a second summation. I mean these terms. Then again you can do A to B naught, A to B1, A to B2, A to B3. So you can keep on going. So if you look at this series, so you have to keep doing for the all the elements of this series. So if you look at this series, okay, so this is precisely equal to this double summation. So all the terms here are here, okay. Therefore, now this is, so for variables this is true, okay. For numbers this is true if these two series are absolutely convergent, okay. So you can check in the book called power series. They have given a basically you need there is a inductive proof, but the induction over two variables, induction is over k as well as l. You can prove this identity. Anyway, let's not worry about the proof. We just use this result and conclude what is the sum value, okay. Okay, now by this result, our this summation is equal to, what will we get? This sum is equal to summation k equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 2 power k into again summation 1 by 3 power n, correct. That is what this result is saying. So this double summation is product of two geometric series. So we get S equal to this geometric series times this geometric series. So we know a result, summation k equal to 0 to infinity r power k. The geometric series converges to 1 by 1 minus r if modulus of r is strictly less than 1. Now this is this is 1 by 2. Uh, this is 1 by 2 whole power k. Similarly, this is 1 by 3 whole power k. Clearly, so 1 by 3 whole power l. Clearly, the r value is less than 1. Okay. Therefore, we can use this formula. We get 1 by 1 minus r. This is 1 by 1 minus 3. 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 is 2. 1 by 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. Reciprocal is 3 by 2. So 2 to cancel, we get 3. Okay. Therefore, the sum value is actually equal to 3. Therefore, sum value 6 is wrong. This is a divergent series also wrong. Okay. Okay, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.